Today I've got the top 10 hottest fragrances for cold weather. These are going to be clones, meaning that they are a much less expensive alternative to something that costs a lot more money. Each of these are legitimately some of my personal favorites, so this is going to be a fantastic list. We're going to dive into this list, but have you considered that the like button is cold? Would you warm it up with a hot click? Also, subscribe to the channel. Let's begin. First up, we've got one that is very good and very close to the one that it is emulating. I'm talking about Fragrance World's Proud of You Tobacco. The Proud of You fragrances in general are actually pretty good. This one, in my opinion, is better than Proud of You Absolute. That one came out maybe a year or two ago. This one's pretty new, definitely within the last 6 to 12 months, and they have refined their fragrance cloning, and I'll say that across the board. Clones are getting better and better. This one is very, very close to the original, and it's an awesome, warm, vanilla, amber, spicy chestnut DNA with, of course, a good dose of tobacco. Really good stuff. Proud of You Tobacco. Next up, we've got one that I have absolutely fallen in love with. Not only this fragrance, but I've got a bunch of clones now of BDK's Tobacco Rose. This one's probably the best readily available option for something that smells like Tobacco Rose. This is French Avenue's Paradox Tribute. This stuff is phenomenal. Even if you don't like rose fragrances, if you like dark, sweet, spicy fragrances, then this is one you might want to try. It's got a bunch of rose with tobacco, and that combo, as well as a good bit of sweetness and spice, it is amazing. It is truly complex. The original write-up for the original fragrance talked about how they wanted to kind of pit notes that don't really fit together against each other and try to make something beautiful, and they definitely nailed it. I love this DNA. Again, this is Fragrance World's French Avenue's take, Paradox Tribute. Next up, this one's an alternative to Angel's Share Paradise or Paradise. This one is from Zimaya, and this is Sharaf Divine. They've got a whole series of the Sharaf fragrances that are emulating Angel Share and the flankers. And this one is really, really good. I will tell you, without question though, the actual Angel Share Paradise does have more raspberry. You know, the original is like a slightly less spicy and raspberry twist on that DNA, the Angel Share DNA. And this one's pretty close, but probably missing a good 30% of that raspberry. Again, Sharaf Divine from Zimaya. Really good stuff though, and if you like Angel Share, then you would like this. And next up is definitely the most impressive, mature, and even classy of the Lattafa Khamrah fragrances. This one is Lattafa Khamrah Dukan. It's got a bunch of the original DNA, that marshmallowy sweet, amber, boozy, spicy, cinnamon goodness. This one though has some dark incense and labdanum. The labdanum is being presented like a leather note, basically. At least that's the way that it strikes me. So think dark, incensey Khamrah, and that's what you get with this one. A little bit less sweet in the dry down, or maybe a lot less sweet in the dry down. Really good stuff, especially something that would dress up nice, date night, formal wear, amazing. Next up, this is a fragrance that I think is actually better than the one that it is cloning. I'm talking about this one right here. This is from Fragrance World again, Genuine Man Only Bois, is that what they call it? Bois, that's what it is. Genuine Man Only Bois. And this is, you probably can tell by the bottle, a Givenchy Gentleman Bois alternative. The reason I say I think it's better than the original is because the original was a little bit too woody for me, and I think what they did in this one is they took that kind of woody spin on the Gentleman DNA and they poured about a half bottle of Gentleman EDT, which was this sweet pear and vanilla and of course iris, and they mixed it in. So to me it actually smells like Gentleman EDT mixed with Bois. It is incredible. This is definitely one of my favorite, I guess, lesser known cologne finds of the past year. Phenomenal stuff. And speaking of lesser known cologne finds, this is one I found out in the rack store, and whenever I smelled it I couldn't believe it because it reminded me of something I have. This is Tahari Black. This is a cheapie. I will try to find links for all of these, including this one. And this one is actually an alternative to a discontinued John Varvatos fragrance. I'm talking about Dark Rebel. And that was sort of a leathery, spicy, even slightly animalic tobacco fragrance, even a little bit like ashy tobacco and leather. Definitely not something I'd wear every day because it's like your quintessential bad boy fragrance. It's dark, it's mysterious. This one's actually a little more palatable. It's a little bit sweeter. It doesn't have much of that ashiness or that animalic note, but I'm telling you, it's still probably 85% similar to Dark Rebel. And so, you know, what a surprise that some random fragrance at the rack store smelled like it. And sure enough, I looked online and a lot of people believe that it is actually supposed to be a dupe of that fragrance. Now this next one is not actually a clone, but it is a cheapie, and it is out of this world impressive. It is amazing, actually, still to this day. I'm talking about CK Shock. Still one of the best finds for $20-ish that you will ever find. This is an absolutely beautiful cardamom and fruity tobacco fragrance. You've got some good spiciness and aromatics in there for sure, but in the opening there's this fruity kind of a blast, which actually I think smells a little bit like a Monster drink. And I don't know if I heard somebody say this or if I came up with it, but you know, if you look at the way they wrote Shock, this was probably about the time Monster energy drinks were coming out, and I don't know, it literally smells like a Monster energy drink in the opening, and then you've got this wonderful kind of Lannoy de Lhomme style cardamom, and then that dark tobacco in the dry down. Very, very good stuff. And next up, one that is another alternative to a discontinued fragrance. I'm talking about this one here from Maison Alhambra. This is Galactic Man Intense. And you would think by looking at this that it is an Amen, a Mugler, Amen, Pure Havane flanker or clone, but actually it's much closer, in my opinion, to Pure Malt. It's very, very similar to Fragrance World's Starman Nebula. I've never smelled Pure Malt, but I'm actually wearing this today. It smells amazing. It's this wonderful, warm, spicy, aromatic fragrance with a good bit of fruitiness. It's like a, you know, fruity, sweet malt twist on the Amen fragrances. If you've watched my channel a lot, you know that I love the Amen fragrances, and they did a really good job of emulating what I understand Pure Malt to actually smell like. Again, Maison Alhambra Galactic Men Intense. This next one is an oldie but a goodie. It's a classic. This is a DNA that if you've never smelled it, you may be absolutely in love with it. It's so unique. Nothing else smells like it. It's literally one of my favorite fragrances of all time. Not just this one, but the one that it is emulating. This is Armaf Craze. It's an alternative to Parfums de Marly Pegasus. I love the Pegasus DNA. To me, it is winter in a bottle. It smells like a snowy day. It is this wonderful, I guess you'd have to say powdery almond vanilla fragrance, but it's so unique. It is so three-dimensional, and this little $25-ish, $30 fragrance is so close to the original. I've got 3 or 4 different clones now. I love the DNA. It is so unique and again, so three-dimensional in the way that like Dolce & Gabbana The One has a very distinct texture that you'll never mistake for anything else. This one's very different than that fragrance because it's vanilla heavy and almond, but man, so very good. And if you've never tried Pegasus or something that smells like it, this would be a great one to try out, Armaf Craze. And finally, this will be the best $13 you'll ever spend. It used to be $10. Now, the last I checked, it's more like $13. This fragrance will blow you away. I'm talking about Belcam's Bold Tobacco. Now, so many of my viewers over the past couple years have bought this fragrance, and I always get the same feedback. People are amazed, they're blown away because this little $13 fragrance, $10 a year ago, is one of the best Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille alternatives dupes that I have ever smelled. It is awesome. It's got a good dose of the licorice note in Tobacco Vanille and that powerful spiciness, clove, cinnamon, pepper, tons of sweet vanilla, and actually a fantastic tobacco note. They nailed it. They did such a great job. The only thing I would say is it might be a touch more licorice forward than the actual Tom Ford. To me, that is absolutely a plus, but it's in that like 90% similar range to the original. So this has been 10 of the absolute hottest fragrances for cold weather on a budget, that is, because they're all clones. Let me know a couple of your picks below. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to give the video a like and subscribe. I'm Justin. This is Sillage Scents.